We all know AI agents are about to change everything. But what's the secret sauce that separates a simple chatbot from a truly powerful, intelligent agent? Well, it's not magic. It's actually a specific architectural blueprint. So, let's break it down.
So what's really going on under the hood here? I mean, if you are going to build a truly powerful AI agent from the ground up, what are the absolute non-negotiable components you would need?
And you know what? The answer is surprisingly elegant. It really all boils down to just 6 core components. If you can understand these 6 pillars, you've basically got the blueprint to build almost any sophisticated agent you can imagine.
Okay, so let's dive right in with the first 2 pillars. The best way to think about these is as the agent's mind and its ability to actually do things in the world. We're talking about the brain and the hands.
First up, you have the model. This is the engine, the core intelligence, the literal brain of the whole operation. This is where all the reasoning, the understanding, and the language generation actually happens.
And the cool thing is, you've got options. You could use a massive proprietary model like GPT or Claude or Gemini, or maybe you want a nimble, open source one. The choice of the model is what really defines the fundamental intelligence of your agent. Right, but a brain on its own can't really accomplish much, can it? That's where tools come in. These are all the APIs and integrations that let the agent actually do things out there in the digital world. Think about it for a second. This is how an agent goes from just talking about a meeting to actually scheduling it in your calendar, or from discussing a sale to actually processing a payment. Tools are what make the agent an active participant, not just a passive chatbot.
All right, let's talk about the next couple of components. These are all about how an agent understands context and then communicates in a way that feels, well, natural. Let's look at its knowledge and its voice.
Okay, this is a really important distinction to get. On one hand, you have knowledge. That's the agent's library of static information, kind of like a huge encyclopedia. But on the other hand, you have memory. That's the dynamic record of the conversation you're having right now. It's the difference between knowing a fact and remembering what we were just talking about, which is absolutely essential for a natural interaction.
And then there's the voice. This is all about the user experience. This is what transforms a clunky, text-based chat into a fluid, natural conversation. It's what makes the agent feel, well, human.
And this is exactly why voice is such a game changer. It makes the technology feel more human, it lets you use it hands-free when you're driving, and it makes these powerful tools way more accessible to way more people.
For our last 2, we're going to look at the stuff that works behind the scenes, the unseen framework that holds this whole thing together. These last 2 components make sure the agent is safe, reliable, and professional.
Think of guardrails as the absolute must-have rules of the road. These are the built-in safety mechanisms that enforce boundaries and make sure the agent behaves exactly the way it's supposed to, every single time. So what does that look like? Well, it means filtering out inappropriate content for one. It's making sure a customer service bot always keeps a professional tone. And it's ensuring an agent in, say, finance or healthcare is following all the strict regulations. It's all about building trust.
And that brings us to our 6th and final pillar, orchestration. Look, if the model is the brain and the tools are the hands, then orchestration is the central nervous system that manages, well, everything. It's the whole shebang. It handles deploying the agent, keeping an eye on it with analytics, tracking its performance, and then feeding all that data back in to make it better and better over time. This is what turns an AI experiment into a professional enterprise-grade product. Okay, I know, that was a lot of technical stuff. The model, tools, knowledge, guardrails, it can all feel a little abstract. So how do we make this concrete? How do we pull all these pillars together into something simple and easy to remember? Well, let's try an analogy that you're probably not expecting. Think of it like building the perfect burger. So the model, that's your bun. It holds the entire thing together, right? The patty, that's the core job your agent is supposed to do. And all those other components, the tools, the knowledge, the audio, the guardrails, those are all the delicious toppings that make it unique and powerful.
Aha, but wait a second. A pile of ingredients isn't a burger. You need a recipe. You need the assembly instructions to put it all together in just the right order.
And in the world of AI agents, that recipe has a name: context engineering. It's the art and the science of creating the perfect set of instructions to guide the agent, defining its personality, its goals, and its boundaries.
And this is the crucial point, so listen up. You can have the best model, the best tools, and the best data in the world, but without the right context to guide the agent, none of it will work together the way it's supposed to. Context is the glue.
And that's it, the 6 pillars of truly powerful AI agents. If you master these components and you really understand the context that binds them all together, you're not just playing with AI anymore. You're actually engineering intelligence itself. So now the only question is, what are you going to build?